Alright guys, welcome back to another video. If you clicked on this video, thank you for doing so. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, the notification button, so that you can get these videos, these exciting videos as I drop them. In this video, I'm going to discuss the Dallas Wings versus Los Angeles Sparks game that took place on June 5th in LA. I'm just basically going to go through and I'm going to go through the box score. And so that's how I'm going to discuss the game. As I discuss the players, I'm going to give input on, players that I feel like, I want to give input on based on what I saw in the game. Dallas won the game. Dallas was the road team. The Sparks was the home team, and Dallas won that game. Dallas won the game 104-96. The first quarter, LA outscored Dallas 28-24. The game, I would say this game was close throughout for the most part. LA was leading most of the game. Dallas at one point got the lead, but then LA got the lead back. But for the most part, I would say it was a close game. LA was leading for most of the game. And then, like, around the fourth quarter, Dallas took the lead and kind of just held on to it. It was still close, but, they pulled it out. The second quarter, Dallas outscored LA 30-27. The third quarter was a tie, 23-23. And the fourth quarter, the fourth and deciding quarter, Dallas outscored LA 27-18. Let's start with the losing team. That is the Los Angeles Sparks. Let's go through I'm going to go through the starters and then the bench. Nneka Ogwumike. She played 35 minutes, scored 13 points, had 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and -8 plus minus. So the team, the team got outscored by -8 with her on the floor. They lost by 8, so I guess that's about right. I think she had an okay game. Not terrible. She was 6 for 8. She was 6 for 8. She only took 8 shots. I think that's kind of low for her. I think Nneka should be taking more shots. I think that's kind of low, but I'll get to why her shots were low. I'll get to that. Dearica Hamby, 30 minutes, 15 points, 6 for 8 also. She only took 8 shots. She was 3 for 4 in free throws, so add another maybe 2 shots to that. So maybe like 10 shots. Maybe like 10 times she tried to score. She had 5 rebounds, 1 assist, -4 plus minus. So her plus minus was less than the actual final outcome of the game. So I think that's good, but it's still, in the red. Erica Wheeler, 33 minutes, 7 points, 2 for 8, 2 for 2 free throws, 6 assists, 4 turnovers. Is 4 turnovers bad? She did have 2 costly turnovers in the fourth, towards the end of the game. Like she made 2 bad passes, so that kind of sealed the game for Dallas. So that's 2 of her turnovers right there. They came at the wrong time. I don't know. I think for a point guard, 4 turnovers is bad. But these players be having so many turnovers nowadays. It's like, what's bad? What's bad really? Kelsey Plum, the team's leading scorer. Well, she was out there, true to form. 33 minutes, 27 points, 10 for 16, 1 for 6 from 3. Not a good shooting day from 3. 6 for 8 free throws. So she took 16 shots and 8 free throws. So we convert that to shots, I would say. Maybe an extra 3 shots. So she took about 19 shots. I would say she tried to score about 19 times. 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 turnovers, -7 plus minus. Um, my issue with Kelsey Plum is she was running the point, and you have Erica Wheeler in the starting lineup along with her and Ariel Atkins. So I'm confused. Like, okay, Wheeler is traditionally a point guard, right? Atkins can also run the point, but I guess she would be more of a shooting guard for the team. Kelsey Plum was running the point because most of the time the ball was being inbounded to her. The problem with that is when your point guard is your team's leading scorer, it's just my personal feelings. I think that's a losing formula because the point guard should be running the team. The point guard should be concerned with taking care of the basketball and distributing the ball amongst the players on the team and putting them in the best positions to be able to score. Now, if the point guard is a good scorer themselves, I feel like okay, you can score. Like you're a Kelsey Plum, you can score. Like you're a Kelsey Plum or a Caitlin Clark, you can score. I would expect you to contribute, pick your spots here and there, get some points, but I don't expect the point guard to be trying to overshadow everyone else in terms of scoring. Because if you're a point guard and the best thing you can do is distribute the ball to the other players. Every time you take a shot, you're not passing the ball. But then if you're trying to score, if you're trying to be the top dog scorer on the team, every time you pass the ball, you're not able to shoot. So you kind of have to figure out which one you want to be. Do you want to be a great point guard or do you want to be a great scorer? I think Kelsey Plum and the Caitlin Clarks, they need to figure that out. Do you want to be a great point guard or do you want to be a great scorer? If you want to be a great scorer, that's fine. But you have to get off the ball. You can't be the point guard. You can't be the point guard because you're going to freeze everybody else out, right? And if you want to be a great point guard, your points are going to suffer. Your scoring is going to suffer. Your scoring is going to go down. It's not going to be as high as it can be if you have to distribute the ball to other people, right? Now, there's some point guards who are very efficient scorers. I think Paige Beckers is a pretty efficient scorer. She can distribute the ball and get her points, get a decent amount of points. In this game, she had 14 assists and she still scored 18 points. She's a very efficient scorer. I'm okay with that. But if you're not an efficient scorer and you have to take a ton of shots and you want to be the leading scorer on the team, you got to get up off the ball. I am so sick and tired of these players. They have figured out how to game the system. They want to be these leading scorers. They want to be stars. And so they say, oh, I'm a point guard, and they play the point. But all they do is shoot. They barely pass the ball. They go out there and they get 27 points and 6 assists, and they think that's being a great point guard. Okay, well, if it was so great, then why'd you lose the game? If it was so great, why you lose? You should have won the game, right? Why do you have a losing record as a team? If what you're doing is working, why do you have a losing record as a team? After this game, the Sparks are 4-6. Why do you have a losing record if what you're doing is working? It's not working. It's not working. It's a failing formula. Your point guard cannot be your team's leading scorer. I stand on that 10 toes down. I stand on that. It doesn't work. Ariel Atkins, 28 minutes, 16 points, 6 for 12. She was 4 for 7 from 3, so she had a decent 3-point shooting game. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, -1 plus minus. Not bad. That's not terrible. She had a decent game, I thought, but Ariel Atkins is not really an aggressive scorer. I think she has the talent to score, but she's not an aggressive scorer. When she first joined the Mystics, I think they drafted her. When she first joined that team, she looked very promising as a scorer. But at some point, she just it if memory serves me right, she just kind of became passive. Passive. She wasn't really looking to score that much, and I thought that was strange. But you know, it is what it is. Now let's go to the bench players. Cameron Brink, 15 minutes, 10 points, 3 for 7, 5 rebounds, 3 turnovers, -4 plus minus. Not a terrible game. I think Cameron Brink needs to be better in the post. You know, she's a big. I think this idea of big stepping out and spreading the floor, shooting threes, has kind of gotten out of control. I'm all for it. I'm all for players expanding their skill set. But at the end of the day, if you're a big, your advantage is going to be in the paint, close to the basket. You need to be good at that. You absolutely need to be good at that. I don't think Cameron Brink is good at that. I think she's gotten comfortable running out and, shooting threes, and she's kind of neglected trying to be good in the post. It may not necessarily be her fault. Like I said, there was a time when it was all about the big spreading the floor and all of that stuff. Every time somebody does something and it works for them, everybody else just basketball is like copycat, right? If something is working for if these people do it and it works, next thing you know, that's the next hot thing, right? It's hot until it fails. It's hot until it fails. Kate Martin, 3 minutes, 5 points, -4 plus minus. Chance Gray, I think she's a rookie, 5 minutes, no points, -2 plus minus. The team itself, their overall stats, 96 points, 36 for 67 field goals, 54%. 9 for 28 3-point shooting, 32%, 15 for 21. Free throws, 71%. So let's see, they missed 6 free throws. That wouldn't have helped them win the game. Even if they had made all of them, they would have still been short 2 points. So, might have changed the options they had at the end. But, still would have been short. 17 turnovers. Turnovers are such a crucial part of basketball, I just feel like, from a statistical standpoint. So let's say you're a LA Sparks, you have 17 turnovers. Dallas had 12, which is not bad. That's not bad. That's decent numbers. 12 turnovers, right? Now, but imagine if you're a LA Sparks and you had no turnovers. Yeah, I'm just speaking statistically. You had no turnovers. And then Dallas had 12 turnovers. So no turnovers, you had 17. But if you had none, that's literally 17 extra possessions you would have had to try to score. And then you got 12 more from Dallas. That's like, 29 total possessions extra? So you scored 96 with what you had. No, I can't look at it that way. Can I? Yeah. You would have had like 29 extra possessions. No, not 29. Because the 12 from Dallas, in terms of their actual scoring, the 12 from Dallas, you have to take that out of the 17. So that would just leave 5. So then it would be 5 plus 17. Anyway, so let's move on to the Dallas Wings, the winners. I thought Dallas struggled a bit with the Sparks. They struggled out the gate. They caught up. For the most part, they were behind, but they finished ahead. So I guess that's all that matters. Let's start with the starters. Jessica Shepard, 38 minutes. Wow, almost 40 minutes. I didn't even realize she played that many minutes. 38 minutes, 22 points, 9 for 13 shooting. She didn't attempt any threes, 4 for 6 free throws. So let's say maybe 4 extra shots there. So she took about 17 shots total, maybe. 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 steals, plus 10 plus minus, which is good. Those turnovers, like when you look at how these games go, if teams could just be good at taking care of the basketball, they would be on. A lot of teams would be really good. Just being able to take care of the basketball would be, their record would be so much different if they just was good at that. That would give them so many more opportunities, so many more possessions if they were just good at taking care of the basketball. I feel like in basketball, it's become so like nonchalant. Turnovers is so nonchalant, but really, it is perhaps one of the most, if not the most crucial stat in basketball. It really contributes a lot to you either losing or winning games. So Jessica Shepard had a good game. She's been playing really well for the Wings. I think the first couple of games weren't that good, but then she's had a nice little stretch where she's been doing really well. Maddie Siegrist, 24 minutes. She played the least amount of minutes of all the starters. I think they take some of her minutes away from her to give to some of the bench players. 16 points, 7 for 10, 2 for 2 3-point shooting, 4 rebounds, 1 turnover, 4 steals, plus 10 plus minus. She had a really good game. In the fourth quarter, I think most of her points, she had 16 points. 10 of those, I remember the broadcaster saying like 10 of her points came in the fourth quarter. She did have some good timely baskets when the Sparks were trying to come back. So she kind of helped the Wings close out the game in the fourth quarter. Just on sheer effort, Just on sheer effort. Arike Ogunbowale. This was her best game of the season. 34 minutes, 30 points, 10 for 21, 6 for 11 from 3, and 4 for 5. So let's say 4 for 5 free throws. Let's say maybe an extra 2 shots. So she took about 23 shots maybe. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, plus 6, plus minus. So her plus minus, even at 30 points, they won by 8. Her plus minus is only 6. So, and she scored 30 points. So, she still got a lot of work to do on the defensive side of the ball. Paige Beckers, 36 minutes, 18 points, 7 for 14. She 4 free throws. So let's just make that an even 2. So let's say she took about 16 shots, and she had 14 assists and a plus 5 plus minus. So decent game for her. AZ Fudd, 35 minutes, 11 points, 5 for 10, no free throws, plus 5 plus minus. Okay game. Not a great game from her, but not every game is going to be a great game. You know what I mean? She didn't hurt the team, and they won the game. So, okay game from her. Alicia Clark, let's go to the bench. Alicia Clark, 2 minutes, -2 plus minus. Negligible. Alana Smith, 16 minutes, 4 points, 2 for 4, -2 plus minus. Not great, not good, but not so awful that she really hurt the team. Odyssey Sims only played 5 minutes before she went down. She had a +3 plus minus, so she was having a decent impact on the team before she got hurt. And then Isaiah James, I think Isaiah James also got hurt later on in the game. She played 10 minutes, 3 points, had 3 assists, +5 plus minus. So she was impacting the game positively for Dallas, but I believe she went down as well and she got hurt. I didn't really comment much on that, but I do remember. I do remember it happening. She was, on the ground, also writhing in pain. Anyway, as a team, Dallas scored 104 points. They were 41 for 77 for 53% from the field. They were 40%, 10 for 25 in in 3-point shots. It's rare when Dallas is making more 3-point baskets than their opponents. They were 12 for 18 from the line, 67%. So they missed 6 free throws. They had 30 assists. I think LA had like 25 assists and 12 turnovers. Wow, they had 10 steals. It's pretty good. A lot of times you're watching the game, and even though you see the plays happening, you don't really think about them until you're like looking at the box score and you go, oh, they had 10 steals. You might see the game and you see somebody get a steal here and there, but you're not really calculating in your head, oh, it's 10 steals, So that was pretty much it. It was an okay game. I don't think it was the type of game where like anybody dominated the game. Neither team dominated the game. It was a pretty close contest throughout. Honestly, if we're being honest, the game could have went either way. Dallas just happened to, things just happened to go their way down close to the end, and they pulled it out. But it was close enough where, the Sparks, couple of things go their way, they could have won it as well. It was an okay game. I wouldn't say it was like a super exciting game or anything like that. Just a regular game, and the Wings got the win. So that's that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. Again, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.